have a way of compressing time, often causing us to pause and reflect on the past with a renewed sense of purpose and a familiar resolve to grow wiser and to live more intentionally. Today, October 1 is not just a personal milestone, as we know, it's our country's Independence Day. And like any individual birthday, it is a collective moment to reflect on how far we have come as a nation and also to envision the future we are working to create. But it also calls for an honest assessment. What have we learned? What must change? And where do we want to be when we reach the next milestone? So it is therefore fitting that I've been asked to speak on the topic Reform and Resilience, Strengthening Nigeria's Economic Foundations. Just like Mr. Degbami, when Pastor Poju picked this topic, I sighed, because that was the most difficult of the list of topics. And I was saying I should have just given one that was easy. It's extremely broad, it is extremely controversial, and then going by Dr. Ndidi's lecture, she's put me in a very difficult position as well, given the tricky nature of that topic. But I think it also encapsulates the essence of our national endeavor, particularly in recent times. And my late mom taught us that the first step to solving a problem is to be honest about it and then act to fix it. Neither denial about our reality in our individual lives or as a nation, nor acknowledging all the challenges, but sitting down to just complain about it doesn't change anything. It's only when we acknowledge the truth can we take ownership and then act to bring real change. And I think this is rooted in the definition of reform, which simply means to me making changes to improve something. Now, reforms are not designed to be merely political shifts or adjustments. They are meant to be deliberate, strategic decisions made by a nation committed to stabilizing its present and securing a prosperous future. They, however, do not yield instant prosperity. They require patience, they require persistence, and they require disciplined execution, as well as the capacity to execute and follow through. It's like the personal commitments we make at the start of a new year. You remember the common goals like, take for instance, a common goal like weight loss. We know that lasting results often demand consistent effort, sacrifice, discipline, and endurance, often long before any visible change occurs. But if we stop after a few weeks, or give up because it's too difficult, or just lose interest, then of course the goals will not be achieved. So now, Nigeria is 65 years old, but our economic story after 65 years is unfortunately still described as a paradox. On the one hand, we have immense potential, which is well recognized, very well documented, frequently discussed. It is the reason that despite our often, sometimes difficult business environment, you can see I said often first and I changed it to sometimes because I was looking at Dr. Ndidi. And I'll be doing a lot of that throughout my presentation. Pastor Kojo has drawn the line, and we all have to align with that. So on the one hand, we have immense potential, which is well recognized. Is the reason that despite our sometimes difficult environment, foreign investors continue to engage with Nigeria. So while some may stay and navigate those challenges, others may leave temporarily or even permanently or delay entry. But whatever the case, they rarely lose sight of this market. They monitor us closely, waiting for the right opportunity or timing to return or invest, because they understand if Nigeria can get just a few fundamentals right, this is a market of immense scale and opportunity, and it's one that they just can't ignore. Take our demographics, for example. The population estimated at about 223 million, of which over 70% are reportedly under the age of 30. This means Nigeria possesses one of the largest reservoirs of youthful energy, creativity, and ambition anywhere in the world. Demographers call this a potential demographic dividend, which if properly harnessed could fuel one of the fastest economic transformations of this century. However, if neglected, it could become a demographic burden, fueling unemployment, social unrest, and out-migration. Consider also our natural resource wealth and geography. We are richly endowed with huge oil and gas reserves, vast agricultural land, and strategic minerals like lithium, rare earth metals, and many others that are shaping and will shape the industries of the future, from electric vehicles to advanced electronics. Our 922,000 square kilometers of territory includes some of Africa's most fertile farmlands. Our coastline and favorable climate position us as a natural logistics and trade hub for the African Continental Free Trade Area, whose market spans some 1.4 billion people. And yet, alongside this abundance, lies a country whose productivity still remains below potential. Our global competitiveness is still fragile, and inclusive growth has been elusive.